So if there's one thing I would recommend to everyone, it is almost dying. And as weird as that might sound, it is one of the best ways to learn to appreciate what you have. I listened to a TED Talk yesterday. This woman who one day suddenly lost her husband and one of her children, and it reminded me of the time that I almost committed suicide because I was depressed and miserable, and I thought there was no hope for me. I thought that I could never be happy, and I was wrong. And I proved myself wrong, and I did the impossible by being happy. At one point, I remember like walking out in the sunlight, and I was like, wow, hey, I'm happy. And it was probably the best day of my life, now that I think about it. And I just wish that everyone who's ever been depressed or has had troubles with their family, social anxiety, or things like that, that everyone that's been through something like that would get to experience this sort of healing that I'm going through. So I kind of made it my mission to help people. To help people overcome depression and anxiety and fear. And to find their own authentic expression. Yeah. And to find relaxation in everyday life. So, in essence, what I want to convey is basically that the more difficult times we go through, the more capable we are of appreciating what we have. Therefore, going through difficult times is a blessing in disguise. And it is teaching us something. So every difficulty, we can see it either as something that is helping us become greater versions of ourselves, or something that is making us smaller. We can either make ourselves victims, or we can make ourselves powerful, the masters of our destiny and the galaxy. Not the galaxy, perhaps, but you know what I mean. So today I'm traveling to the US, going back to Berkeley. I look forward to it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna see my friends again. Last time I was there, it was horrible because I was depressed. And I was at the end of high school, where I'd been grinding everything out, and I'd been, trying to get the best grades and being, the best student, because I thought that would make me happy. And so I got really, really fucking good grades, the best grades in my class. And I wasn't distracted I was distracted from my own misery. So I thought that, once I'm done with high school, I'll be happy, because then I will give myself time to relax and be happy. But it doesn't work like that. It's more like, if you can't be happy now with what you're doing now, how are you supposed to be happy later? It doesn't work like that. It's not like happiness is a destination like later on. It's something that helps you get to certain destinations in your life. Happiness is a fuel. It's passion. It's following your passion that makes you happy and growing. And love. and relationships and all these things that we need to have every day, and rest. Come on, guys. We forget to rest. In our society today, everyone is stressed. Why? Can we make a choice, a conscious choice to not be stressed? And choose to maybe like not spend all our time trying to make money, but spend some of our time relaxing, becoming better versions of ourselves so that we can serve our community better, so that we can be happier, so that we can have a greater skill set, so that we are able to think more clearly, and so that we are able to be more, do more, and learn more, and, you know, serve more, be able to love more, and consequently get a higher income. And you know that income is not linear, is not proportionate to the amount of time that you give in. It's proportionate to the amount of value that you give to the marketplace or whatever, the value that, you know, people see in your products. So if you don't have products, the work that you do in a company, and if you're unhappy doing that work, you're not going to do it as well, obviously. You know, an office worker that is like, life sucks, man, and one that is like, I'm quite happy here, or like, another beautiful day. There'll be a difference in the work output. So happiness does lead to greater income, money. There's actually been research on this, so look it up. Not necessarily the other way around, but it's true. They're correlated, right? Money and happiness. But happiness should always be the first priority, in my opinion. So, back to where I started. I recommend everyone to almost die. And what I mean by that is to wear themselves out. Like if you're doing something, just grind yourself out, and then eventually you'll learn that this is not what you want to do. And then you'll start taking it easy, and you'll start learning. And sure, it's sometimes we need to make money. Sometimes we do need to provide for our families, and we need to survive, obviously, before we can thrive, right? And sometimes it's worth the risk. Sometimes it's worth just struggling and trusting that things are going to work out in the end. Sometimes it's worth being reborn. This morning I was born again, and a light shines on my land. Peace out, everyone. And I didn't tense up as much as usual during this video. So, but as always, I'm quite restless walking around. So I'm working on that, and I hope you have patience with me. I hope that I have patience with me, doing my best, and I hope that you have patience with yourself. I hope that we can all learn to love ourselves. Yep. Okay. All right. Goodbye.